Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be centered around, yet again, the clones and Padme. I don't want to do too many of these, but I mean, these are just some of the teams that I just find to be just so much fun to use, to chat about, and just the possibilities of these teams in the future. I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities for this team, but more in specific, guys, this team, or this video rather, will be about the Clone Trooper team and also the Padme team, and how I'm kind of disappointed and how Padme will most likely not be the next meta. And I guess we can just start from there, guys. So ever since we got these 501st reworks, these guys, when you see them at max level, or close to being, you know, max, I guess you could say like year 12-ish, they can almost beat a Malak team just as good as a Padme team can, almost. And they don't require as, you know, goofy of modding versus that Malak counter. They're pretty straightforward for the most part, and when you're comparing that to the Padme team needs very, very specific modding, with all the HP, all of the crazy, you know, speed you're going to need on a lot of them, stuff like that. The only person in the team that doesn't need to be crazy is Padme, which I would like to have my Padme be super fast in some of those defensive teams GA, and just to pretty much neuter all those other teams that she can or that can counter her, really. And comparing that to this team in that aspect, I really like the clones when it comes to the modding. There's these three plus Shaak Ti, and then Anakin is a really good popular one right now with Ahsoka. Out of those, you know, a full five team, the hardest ones I can find to be the toughest is going to be Rex and Shaak Ti, only because of their speed, and you need to have them have some good speed, right? Outside of that, all these other guys' speeds and modding is very, very easy and straight to the point, in my opinion. And just with how things are going right now, things are leading up to a 501st type of meta, with some 501st, with some maybe possible General Skywalker in the future, nobody really knows, and some other, let's say, Clone Wars Jedi that could get reworked that we don't know of. I mean, there's just so much possibilities for this team, and the most likely candidate for this next meta is not really Padme anymore. I would like it to be Padme, but it just doesn't make sense to me, and I would like to just point this out, that I think clones will be the next meta, just because, like I said, we're going to be focused around this new Anakin Skywalker that's going to be introduced. If it's not going to be him, it's going to be something totally different, maybe a whole new clone. I don't know. I just think there's just a lot of things pointing in the direction of a non-Padme meta and something else, really. And that leads me to my next point. I feel like the clones, they got bumped up pretty heavily. So with Shaak Ti being in the game, they were probably, before that, they were close to being F tier, but with Shaak Ti, they went up like a tier, maybe a 2 tier, so maybe they went from like a C to or an F to a C rather. Now they went from a C to a very solid A, maybe even A+. I'm not going to say they're S tier. There's really no S tiers in the game besides the Revans, really. Padme's kind of on that level for being S tier, but we're missing that 5th, right? So she's not really S tier quite yet. Hopefully we get that S tier character to make her really good in that team for the 5th. So the thing I want to bring up here is my boy Rex. Rex is just nuts. I mean, he has an Annihilate on his stupid special. I mean, come on. When you're thinking of Rex and comparing it to Nihilus, I think, you know, Nihilus is a lot better plug and play, but Rex inside of the clone teams, comparing their synergies with these three and the other 501st, comparing that to the Triumvirate and, you know, Darth Revan, Traya, or not Darth Revan, Darth Traya, Darth Sion, Darth Nihilus, all those three, this clone trio, or whatever you want to call it, comparing that to the Triumvirate, this trumps them just immensely, really. Being able to have an Annihilate, cleansing, all that sort of stuff is really, really good. And just having like pretty much an Annihilate on his special is just disgusting. I mean, there's just so much things. Like, we get like 1, maybe 2 more characters, this team will for sure be meta dominant. And there's another part to this team that really, just really not this team in general, but like the whole GR faction as a whole, there's so much possibilities and versatilities to the team that we could be seeing here. So we got a really good clone team right now. We got a really solid Padme team. Where does that leave us with everything else? I mean, there's a lot of bits and pieces that Padme like shifts around depending on who she's fighting. Whether there's a trooper in the team, whether there's not a trooper in the team, there's a lot of different variations. So, I mean, if Shaak Ti is not needed, which I don't think she will be needed in the 501st for the next meta, I think she'll be really solid in either another lower tier type of clones that's not the 501st, or she's going to be really, really good inside of a Clone Wars Jedi team maybe down the line. Or, you know, if you want to, she can just be with Padme, and Padme and her work great together. I mean, it's just amazing. Shaak Ti is just super, super flexible right now in a position where she can be used in a lot of different variations of the GR teams. And that just makes me really, really happy. And I think if we're going to, you know, base this off of how much content we've had now, comparing that to what we could have down the line, I think we're not even close to halfway done with the content yet. Just based around the GR faction, really. Because I think the Separatists are about done. Maybe we're going to get some ships down the line, but I think they're about done for the tunes and all that sort of stuff. But the GR guys, you can have like minimum of 4 different teams and possibilities of teams. You can go just crazy through the roof theory crafting for this whole faction. Just really, really cool stuff here. We haven't seen the reworks for Plo, Ayla, all those Clone Wars Jedi. We haven't seen the ones for Mace. There's just so much possibilities, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And the possibilities with these guys and the new clones, and comparing that to the possibilities of Padme, I honestly think, let's just say this. If Padme did get a 5th here shortly, that was just amazing. And then we get another team down the line with the clones and basing that around some new tunes. Depending on how good of the tunes that those guys are with the new clones, those guys could easily beat Padme. And for the simple reason only, the TM boosts and the TM gain is going to trump that of Padme. Padme, if you go to her kit, the unique here, whenever it doesn't even specify light or dark side, it's just all allies. All allies can't gain or lose bonus TM. That's why Padme is only good in specific teams right now. You don't want to be running Rex in here. You don't want to be running all these guys going to be getting TM. Even Yoda's not good anymore. I don't like Yoda anymore. I mean, I've talked about this in the past. I just don't like Yoda. Any TM gain on any tune should not be with Padme. And that's another thing, the thing I was just chatting about earlier with the versatility to this team and the whole faction. You could have one team based around just a bunch of speed, a lot of damage, and a lot of TM gain, which is the clones right now. And then you get another team with just, you don't lose or gain TM. You're just a slow, steady train of just destruction with this courage. Both, I could definitely see being meta, but as of right now, I think they're going down a path where they want to push for the clones being the meta, which I don't know if I'm okay with that or not, but I think it's pretty cool. If they were to implement more of these Clone Wars Jedi, a Jedi General maybe, that would be pretty cool. But just as of right now, I think Padme was really close to being meta. She might still be meta, I don't know. But with how things are looking right now, I just don't see it very likely anymore. But with that being said, Padme is totally worth the investment. I mean, 100%. You have Padme, GK, Ahsoka, Anakin, and then you can throw in these droids, 3PO, R2, and just amazing. A lot of different stuff that those guys can beat. It's just ridiculous. And just kind of my points here, I just think there's a lot of different versatility. Just so much possibilities for this whole faction. And I'm just really, really happy for the future of the content we'll be getting. And if there was like one tune I'm like most afraid of having to farm, having to gear up, it's this chick again. I've chatted about this in my previous videos, a Shaak Ti cryos. I think she needs 400 cryos plus 500 if you want to get a gear 13 Shaak Ti. She's just now farmable, so you're going to be having to farm the crap out of her. And if she is somehow needed in this next legendary event, I'm going to be super upset. I mean, none of the free-to-plays are going to be able to get this. This is totally exclusive to the whales or spenders like dolphins. Free-to-play is totally just shut down by this, and just kind of makes me sad. And I don't want to see it happen like that. My take on this is, if Shaak Ti will be needed, we'll get the event requirements in the next maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 weeks if we're lucky. If she's not needed at all, we'll be seeing the next legendary event drop for the requirements in the next week or so, very, very soon. That's just kind of how I'm thinking about it. I think Shaak Ti is a really great character all around. She's probably the most versatile out of all this team here. She can be used in a lot of different comps, clones, GR, Padme, just a lot of different comps you can be in. And that makes me just want to farm her up even more, really. And this is, you know, without even talking about the other reworks we'll be getting. So, guys, this video kind of is me rambling on here. I just think the clones are nuts. Got a comment there? Nice. But this is just my take on it. I don't think Padme will be meta. I think clones will be meta next. And that's pretty much it. I just, the whole, you know, thing about this whole faction is just there's so much flexibility. There's so much different things. If I was a theory crafter, which I kind of am a little bit, I'd be wetting my pants right now. I'd be so excited. There's just so much possibilities in this team. I mean, just think about outside of GR. There's a lot of different Jedi in this team. What if we get a really good reworked Jedi here that could fit in possibly with JKR, and you can just whip out, or you can just take out Yoda and just slot him in for Yoda. I mean, that's really cool stuff. There's a lot of different potential for this team and this faction. Guys, if you haven't worked on Shaak Ti, work on her. Start it. Start these clone troopers up. If you're not going to be getting them this time, you got to get them next time. These guys are going to be here for the long run. They're going to be really, really annoying to fight. They're going to be amazing on offense, get you some good banners. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Just how good of a faction this is. One of my favorite factions as of right now, especially since we'll be getting more content and more additional things to these teams. Like I said, I think there's, out of this whole faction, we're probably like, what, maybe halfway to the full extent of it. There's just so much crap that can be done out of this. It just, I don't even know if you guys understand how much can be done out of this whole faction. But that's it for today, guys. Just me rambling on about these teams here. I still think Padme is really great, but with these clones and the potential Jedi General, I think we'll be seeing those guys being the next meta here. So get them up here, guys. Get your guys farmed up. Get the gear on them. Not yet though, just always hoard until we get the requirements for the event. But that's it for today. Go like, share, and sub if you guys did enjoy this video. If you're not, just let me know why you didn't. There's a Discord and Patreon link. Go check out those two. I think that's it for today, guys. Be safe out there, and I'll see you later.